Welcome to Sib Spot. Today's Reddit stories are from ChoosingBeggars. Story 1 is by Microplasma. My beggar story. I work at a coffee shop in a big city for context. When I was closing up shop about a month ago, a man comes in and asks for a coffee. I don't like to assume that people can't pay because I feel like that could be rude if they were planning to pay, so I rung him up for a coffee. He then sheepishly told me he couldn't actually afford the coffee and was hoping I could just give him one. Normally, I wouldn't, because we are in an area of town with so many homeless people around that if I gave one person a free cup of coffee, suddenly I'd start getting homeless regulars on top of the normal ones. It's literally under 10 minutes before close, though, and I have a whole pot of coffee that I was about to dump down the sink, so I was like, what the heck, I'll give him a cup. He had an anxious energy about him which made me feel cautious, so I kept an eye on him even as I turned to get him a coffee. The pot is on the counter behind the register. As soon as he thinks I've completely turned away from him, he sticks his hand into the tip jar lightning fast. Luckily, I was watching him and have very fast reflexes myself, so I swung around and caught his wrist and held him in a vice grip. His eyes got super wide and he started saying he was sorry over and over again, and I told him to get the F out and never come back. Well, last week as I was closing, he walks in and asks for a coffee. I guess maybe he thought I forgot about him or wouldn't remember what he'd looked like. I told him once again to get the F out of my shop. He would walk a few steps, then turn toward me very slowly like he was expecting me to change my mind, so I had to yell at him to get out like 3 times. I do like to help people when I can, but people really make it hard sometimes. People make it really hard to be kind, to donate. This guy with anxious energy about him, though, he sounds like he has some other issues going on. At first I thought it might have been a younger kid who was being dared to steal, to become a part of some group of kids or something, but obviously since he's doing it regularly, there's something else going on here. Our next post is by Patrick Ottawa. Hire experienced Ottawa pet sitter, $0.00 daily. Great job op. Description: I'm Sergey, a pet owner in Ottawa, Ontario, looking for an experienced pet sitter to take care of my furry friends while I'm away. Your responsibility will be to care for my beloved dogs. This includes providing them with food, water, exercise, and regular playtime. I'm looking for someone who is passionate about pet care and has experience in taking care of dogs. You should have knowledge of basic obedience commands and knowledge of dog behavior. If you think you'd be the perfect fit, please message me. I'm willing to pay you $0 daily for the right person. Are you an experienced pet sitter passionate about dog care? Do you live in Ottawa, Ontario? If so, please message me to discuss taking care of my beloved dogs. Thank you for your time. Please visit, and then they link a website. A lot of people in the comments say there's tons of posts like this on various sites, and they all kind of have the same generic feel to them. So it's very possible that this is actually a spam message, and that may be a website trying to steal information or fish for people's info. You would think, though, if this was actually a phishing attempt, they would post something like $200 a day for the right person to pet sit instead of $0 daily. Our next story is by Unusual Passion, 2573. Response to mom's friend who asked for 10% of my income. A few days ago, my mom's friend called me and told me that God asked me to give her 10% of my income. If I obeyed the Lord, I would be very blessed. I actually didn't answer the phone, but instead listened to my voicemail afterwards, since I knew the call would be about money. To give a little context, I'm 30 and have known my mom's friend since I was about 7 or 8. In all my years of knowing her, she has never had a job. If she was in need, she'd go to my mom and or grandma, and they'd usually try to help out with what they could. They've given her thousands of dollars over the years. My grandma actually helped pay for her daughter's college tuition and enabled her behavior for over 2 decades. Anyway, back to the story. I have a well-paying job, and my mom's friend knows this because my mom occasionally talks about me to her. I guess she thinks that I have money to throw away. I was conflicted about whether I should just block her or let her know that she won't be getting my money, and I decided to do the latter. It felt so good to let her know that she won't be taking advantage of me like she did to my mom and grandma. I sent her this text. Hi, name. I received your voicemail message from a few days ago. My mom and grandma have given you plenty of money over the years, so I won't be giving you 10% of my income. I have my own bills to pay. I would appreciate it if you don't contact me about this again. Thank you. I don't like conflict and am pretty non-confrontational. A flaw, I know. But this felt so good to get off my chest. She has been nothing but a leech for years, and it ticks me off how she tries to use God's name to legitimize her outrageous requests. OP, I am so with you on that. I cannot stand when people try to use religion to say, God spoke to me and you will be doing this, and if you're a nice person, you'll give your money to me. No, God didn't speak to you and say these things to you. You're a pathological liar and a leech. The top comment down below by VXDeva80 says, Tell her God told you to pass on the message, thou shalt not covet thy neighbor's goods. Our next post is by Bad Bappa. Choosing Beggar wants free food due to losing a battle with a seagull. 1-star review. Bought jumbo sausage and chips today from the market at Dierno's, and a seagull took my sausage. I went back to Dierno's, asked for another jumbo sausage for free, and they refused and said I had to pay. I won't be taking my business here again. I'll be taking my business elsewhere from now on. I used to love coming to this chip place as it's quite popular. Unfortunately, I won't be coming back again. This is posted by a girl named Claire. Dierno's Market Chips, the owner, replied, Hi Claire, sorry to hear your bad news. Unfortunately, it's not really our responsibility if you lose your sausage to a seagull. It has clearly upset you, and it is such a shame it has spoilt your day. The seagulls are becoming such a nuisance. Seagulls are getting smarter too. You've probably seen some of the videos out there. There's a really great one where the seagull is like a pathological thief, and everybody at the cafe knows it, and they're filming this guy walking on the sidewalk. This guy has like a waffle or something in his hand. I think it's like things they sell at like bubble tea places, those waffles. He has a big one in his hand. He's walking along, and the seagull is just staking it out, and he's ready. And these people across the street are like, oh yeah, he's got eyes on it. Oh, yep, target acquired, things like that. And then the seagull just goes for it and rips this thing out of this guy's hand and then starts chowing down on it. It takes it and flies like a couple feet in front of him, and he tries to run up to it and kick it and doesn't succeed. And everybody around him just laughs and laughs because this is a serial seagull that steals from people. In regards to this story, though, it's completely up to a business if they want to replace something that you lost to an animal. But this person acting like it's their fault that the seagull took it is ridiculous. It's not like the employees handed it to them and he dropped it and it was kind of the employee's fault, so they replace it. I don't know. I don't always trust people. It's generally a good idea to be skeptical of people's stories like this, because a lot of people will try to get extra things for free. It's not always a thing, but it definitely happens. Down in the comments by I Might Be Weasel, in quotes, While you were gone, a seagull took the money you paid me, so pay me again. And the final comment at the bottom by gbot1234. They need a sign that says the seagulls don't work for them and that there will be no refund if they lose their food to a seagull. Our next post is by Rarely Hurt 826. This beggar wanted someone to help them cover a tattoo for a discount. They claim to be a mother. Artist isn't having it. Just a quick side note, there are so many stories like this where somebody will say something about being a mother or a single mother, so they expect a discount. You never know if these posts are real because they seem to happen so often that they feel generic, but this one, I just like the way the guy responds, so I had to include it. What is your rate? $220 per hour, but I pretty much charge by the piece. What did you have in mind? I want to get something on my leg covered up, but that's out of my price range. Okay, well, Ink Monkey, Big City, and Idle Hands are local shops with great artists if you want to shop around. I'm out of the States at the moment anyway, so there would be a wait. Can't you just cut me a deal? I'm a single mom, lol. I don't give an F if you run an orphanage, to be honest. Wow, F you, dude. How about I let everyone know you're a jerk? Kind of a jerk thing for him to say, but deserved. I'm sure these businesses get tired of hearing about single moms that want a discount. There's much more important things for a single mother to be spending her money on than getting a tattoo covered up. Today's stories have come to a close. If you enjoy this content, please click like or subscribe or click the little notification bell. It alerts you when new videos drop. Until we meet again, have a stellar day.